German rifles in World War II. Gewehr rifles. Karabiner rifles. Sturmgewehr rifles. Gewehr 24. The ww2 rifle is a bolt-action carbine, designed and produced in Czechoslovakia from 1924 to 1942. It was developed from the German Mauser Gewehr 98 line and features a very similar bolt design. The rifle was designed in Czechoslovakia shortly after World War I. The ww2 featured a 590mm barrel, which was shorter and considered more handily than the 740mm Gewehr 98 barrel. The ww2 was chambered in 7.92 57mm Mauser. Throughout the late 1920s and into the 1930s, Czechoslovakia exported hundreds of thousands of ww2 rifles to various countries across the globe. Germany acquired hundreds of thousands of the rifles in 1939 when they occupied Czechoslovakia and pressed them into service under the designation Gewehr 24. During the occupation, production of the rifles continued until 1942, when the factories were converted to the German-designed Karabiner 98K. During this period, several hundred thousand rifles were also built for the Romanian army. ww2 rifles saw extensive service during World War II with the German and Romanian armies on the Eastern Front. Gewehr 29/40. This model was a clone of the Karabiner 98K, built at a random factory for Germany. An Austrian firm was given control of the factory, and they produced rifles for the Luftwaffe. The name is a mixture of the German word for rifle Gewehr, the last two digits of the Polish model number 29, and the last two digits of the year it was placed in production for the Germans 40. Gewehr 33/40. The Pasco wz33 was a Czechoslovak bolt-action carbine that was based on the Mauser type action, designed and produced in Czechoslovakia. The manufacturer designation was wz16/33. Another version, the wz12/33, was also produced for the Latin American market. Gewehr 41. The Gewehr 41, known as the G41W or G41M. These are two distinct and different battle rifles manufactured and used by Nazi Germany during World War II. They were superseded by the Gewehr 43, which was derived from the G41W, but with an improved gas system and other detailed changes. Gewehr 43. The Gewehr 43 or Karabiner 43 is a Mauser caliber semi-automatic rifle developed by Germany during World War II. The design was based on that of the earlier G41W, but incorporated an improved short-stroke piston gas system similar to that of the Soviet SVT-40. It was manufactured using innovative mass production techniques. Gewehr 88. The Gewehr 88, commonly called the Model 1888 commission rifle, was a late 19th century German bolt-action rifle, adopted in 1888. The invention of a smokeless powder in the late 19th century rendered all of the large-bore black powder rifles then in use obsolete. To keep pace with the French, the German adopted the Gewehr 88, using its own new Patroni 88 cartridge, which was also designed by the German Rifle Commission. The rifle was one of many weapons in the arms race between the Germanic states and France. These were also two carbine versions, the Karabiner 88 for mounted troops and the Gewehr 91 for artillery. Later models provided for loading with strapper clips and went on to serve in World War I to a limited degree. Gewehr 98. The Gewehr 98 is a bolt-action rifle made by Mauser for the German Empire as its service rifle from 1898 to 1935. The Gewehr 98 action, using a 5-round strapper clip loaded with a 7.92 57mm Mauser cartridge, successfully combined and improved several bolt-action engineering concepts, which were soon adopted by many other countries, including the United Kingdom, United States, and Japan. The Gewehr 98 replaced the earlier Gewehr 1888 as the main German service rifle. It was the main German infantry service rifle of World War I. The Gewehr 98 saw further military use by the Ottoman Empire and nationalist Spain. It was replaced by the Karabiner 98K, a carbine version using the same design for the Wehrmacht under Nazi Germany from 1935 to 1945. Gewehr 98/40. During World War II, military cooperation with Germany and a shortage of standard Mauser 98K rifles led to modifications to the 35M. It was rechambered to the standard German 7.92 57IS cartridge with a fully enclosed flush magazine. The bolt handle was made angled. The bayonet socket was changed to accept German bayonets, and some alterations was made to the sling mount. In German service, this modified weapon was known as the G98/40. Karabiner 98A. It was a shorter version of the Gewehr 98 made for cavalry. The Karabiner 98A had a shorter barrel than the Gewehr 98. Experiments in 1904 with Karabiner 98 carbines, rechambered for the S-Patroni cartridge, showed excessive recoil and muzzle flash problems, leading to the suspension of production in 1905. By the midsummer of 1907, the longer barrel prototype carbines showed more acceptable recoil and muzzle blast behavior with the S-Patroni. During World War I, the Karabiner 98A was issued to light infantry, cavalry, mountain troops, and later to assault troops. The Karabiner 98B was not technically another carbine variant, but rather was a rifle designated as a carbine to comply with the terms of the Treaty of Versailles, which only allowed Germany to produce carbines. The Karabiner 98B had a tangent rear sight, a wider lower band with side sling attachment bar, a side butt attachment point for a sling, and a turn-down bolt handle. It was otherwise merely a modified form of the Gewehr 98, from which the Karabiner 98K was derived. Karabiner 98K. The Karabiner 98 Kers is a bolt-action rifle, chambered for the 7.92 57mm Mauser cartridge. It was adopted in 1935 as the standard service rifle by the German army. It was one of the final developments in the long line of Mauser military rifles, although supplemented by semi-automatic and fully automatic rifles during World War II. The Karabiner 98K remained the primary German service rifle until the end of the war in 1945. The Karabiner 98K therefore continues to appear in conflicts across the world. Maschinen Karabiner 42H. The Maschinen Karabiner 42H was an early German assault rifle, firing an intermediate run of World War II. Designed in 1940 until 1941 by Henel Company. Several thousand were made, and the gun was used on the Eastern Front in 1943. Maschinen Karabiner 42W. The Maschinen Karabiner 42W was an early German assault rifle, designed in 1940 until 1941 by Walther Company. This rifle and the more successful Maschinen Karabiner 42H were predecessors of the STG-44 assault rifle. STG-44. Sturmgewehr 44 is a German assault rifle developed during World War II. It is also known by its early designations as the MP43 and MP44. The STG-44 was an improvement of an earlier design, the Maschinen Karabiner 42H. The STG-44 was the first successful assault rifle with features including an intermediate cartridge, controllable automatic fire, a more compact design than a battle rifle with a higher rate of fire, and being designed for hitting targets within a few hundred meters. Other rifles at the time were designed to hit targets of over 1,000 meters, but this was found to be in excess of the range in which most enemy engagements actually took place. The STG-44 fulfilled its role effectively, particularly on the Eastern Front, offering a greatly increased volume of fire compared to standard infantry rifles. The STG's influence can still be seen in modern assault rifles, which after World War II became the global standard for infantry rifles. STG-45M. Sturmgewehr 45 was a prototype assault rifle, developed by Mauser for the Wehrmacht at the end of the World War II, using an innovative roller-delayed blowback operating system. It fired the 7.92 33mm Kers intermediate cartridge at a cyclic rate of around 450 rounds per minute. Many thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel and like and share this video.